Good day, everyone. This is Dr. Armstrong back with Tuesday Tips. For this week, this is the last week of July. We are moving into a new month come Sunday, the month of August, and the year is over halfway gone. We've had some major accomplishments the first part of this year with uh, the COVID vaccines and people getting vaccinated. Listen, I, for one, I was not a believer in vaccines. I've never been a believer in the vaccines except for children. I never had a flu shot, never believed in getting the flu shot. However, with the COVID, the coronavirus pandemic, listening to the epidemiologist, listening to the virologist, I thought it would be necessary for me to get this vaccine, and I encouraged my family to do the same. I'm encouraging you as well. Please get vaccinated. Where we see that numbers are back on the rise, we don't want to go backwards, folks. We want to get back to our what we perceived as our norm of living. For all of you out there who are saying, "Oh, it's fake," it's the vaccine's not going to work, masks are not working. I want you to know that you are the one responsible for the deaths and the sickness of others. I'm holding you responsible because of your stubbornness, because of your belief in the misinformation, Breitbart, Fox, and all of these other conservative radio shows that you're listening to. You need to take into account that you too could get this virus and you could die. Yes, the success rate is of a majority number that is not discussed in the media. However, the virus is very real. Get vaccinated. Set your pride aside and all this kind of stuff. We have Republican governors who were out against it at first, coming out now saying, "Hey, folks, we need you to be vaccinated." Get the vaccine. Get off your high horse. Stop acting like you're the biologist, virologist, epidemiologist, even the psychologist behind it. You're not. Go get vaccinated. So today, folks, what we want to do, I want to discuss a little here about, I guess you could call this family dynamic. You could call this family dynamic. Family members can be a major help. God knows my family. I love them with all my heart. There are some who get on my everlasting nerve. There are some that Dr. Armstrong just doesn't care for. And there are probably some who don't care for me. However, that's okay. And that's neither here nor there. Family can be important in a aspect of support. And when someone is going through an emotional and mental traumatic experience, the family should be there to support them, not sit back and judge, gossip, come up with all these outlandish beliefs of why the person is going through what they're going through. I've never seen so many young people be so dramatic in families these days. Like, it's like you look for something to talk about. And I mean, even boys in families nowadays, you're gossiping like little girls. Like, stop. It's not cool. Stop. Be a man. Men don't gossip like that. Stop trying to find fault in people. If this is what your family consists of, you're in a dysfunctional family. And the dysfunctional family setting can be very unsettling to a degree that the person who is experiencing some type of trauma or catastrophic event in their life, they feel as though they have no one to turn to. Okay? I have a little list here of what family members can be, and then another list of what family members can also be. Okay, so let's take a look here. Family members can be emotionally supportive. Emotionally supportive. Uh, it takes listening to your family member and having that type of an open door so that they have someone to talk to, not someone to talk at them, but a listening ear, a listening supportive agent in the family who can listen, not judge, and not take your business back to other family members and gossip about what you guys just talked about. Be that person. Be a person of confidence, of confidence, uh, that can foster a level of, hey, look, I can go to this cousin and I know it won't go anywhere, but I just need someone to talk to. Oftentimes, when friends are not around, it's the family member that you go to talk to. If the family member's not there to talk to, who do you have? You feel alone, you feel threatened, you feel isolated, you feel withdrawn. Okay? And family members can be wonderful and loving people, showing that emotional support on a level of just beyond what family really means. Um, I thank God for my sister. She was there for me uh, during a time where Dr. Armstrong was riding dirty a little bit. Yeah, didn't have a license. They were revoked because I sped a lot. But she came through and helped me out in a way that nobody else did. And I appreciate her for that, and will never forget her for that. Um, However, there are other family people out there, and not necessarily my family, not speaking of anyone in particular, but there are other family members out there who you hate to go to talk to because you're going to hear it again and again and again and again, and by the time it gets back to you, it's going to be all twisted around. That's not what we're supposed to be, folks. We're supposed to be emotionally loving, supportive members of the family. Now understand this. If you can't be that person, don't sit there and act like you can be that person. You know yourself. You know what you can do. You know what you can and can't do. You know that if you have diarrhea of the mouth, you don't need to be in everybody's business. If I was at church, I would say amen, church. Folks don't like this kind of talk, but I understand that. It's all well and good. Uh, Family members can also be neglectful, meaning neglecting their loved one, knowing that they're in some type of need or whatever need it may be. Abusive. That speaks for itself. You don't understand. Sometimes the tongue, the Bible says the tongue is an unruly fire, right? When you're out there talking about your family members to other people, it makes them want to withdraw, isolate, separate. They don't want to come around anymore. And you're wondering, oh, well, where's so and so? So, oh, you know how they are. Come on, that's not the way to be, folks. It's time out. This is the 21st century, and we're still doing these old generational things that we did back in the day, listening to parents, grandparents, and great grandparents, and second and third cousins, and all this kind of stuff, gossip about each other, and then smile in the person's face. It's time out for stuff like that. Look, if you can't be real with me, I don't need to be around you. Be real. Let's see. Estranged. Estranged. Don't be an estranged family member. Okay? And you know what estranged is. Manipulative. Trying to make something go your way. Don't be that person. Or manipulating another family member to doing something that they know is wrong to do. Don't be that person. Controlling. We all have the controlling family members. Don't be that person. And selfish. Don't be that person. Just because they're family doesn't mean that you have to be around that type of toxic environment. Just because they're family doesn't mean that you have to tolerate any type of neglect, abuse, or anything of the nature. Just because they're family doesn't mean that you have to conform to them. It's called self-care. Put your self-care first. If your self-care doesn't come first, then guess what? You're being a doormat for someone else to walk on. Don't be that person. Create a boundary. Create a boundary that nobody can cross. Not your friends, not your family, not your loved ones can cross. Be that person. All right? In my conclusion, I know it's about family, but for some reason the scripture comes to mind that says there is a friend that sticks closer than any brother. Find who that friend is. Look deep down inside. Find that friend. That friend is there. I hope and pray that your families will prosper and grow in a positive direction. And I hope that this video will be beneficial to you. And if you do find the contents of this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Hope you all have a wonderful day. God bless you. Take care.